morning, Science Maximites. Welcome to Science Max Experiments at Large. My name is Phil, and today we're gonna be looking at water. But water is very heavy, but that's okay because we need it to be heavy for this experiment to work. I don't know if I need that much of it, though. Maybe I can get, here we go. Yeah, that's probably all I need. Today, we're going to be building a water-powered car. You'll need a base for your car, like this styrofoam, water bottles, shish kebab skewers, straws, scissors, elastics, paper plates, tape, a square of paper towel, modeling clay, vinegar, baking soda, water, and glue or a hot glue gun if you have an adult to help you, and... yeah, I know, this one is pretty involved. That's why you should go to the website for step-by-step instructions. Take your paper plates and glue 2 together to make a wheel. Then make 3 more. Wrap elastics around your base and then tape straws on the bottom. Trim them down, maybe about that much. Then take your shish kebab skewers and push it through a water bottle cap to make a hole. Then stick one wheel on, put the skewer through the straw, and do the same thing on the other 3 sides. Then take the water bottle cap and get an adult to help you make a perfect hole in it so that it fits your straw. Then use some modeling clay and hot glue to seal the straw and the cap so it's airtight. Attach the water bottle to the base of your car, then fill it with some water and vinegar. Next, you'll want to wrap up a spoonful of baking soda in the square of paper towel so you can make a little package. Finally, stick something underneath the underside of the bottle to raise the end up off the base. Bring your cap and then go outside. Here we are outside. Yeah, I know, we're not really outside, but I have a science lab and you probably don't, so I highly recommend you do this outside. And don't forget your safety glasses. Now, this is why we make a little packet of baking soda, because we want to delay this reaction as long as we can. So I like to hold it there. We'll hold it there with one finger so I can get the cap ready, because we don't want it to react until we can get the cap on, and then kink the straw to keep the pressure inside till we're ready to let it go. Then, at the last second, you want to drop that packet in and quickly cap it, and kink the straw, and woohoo! Woohoo! There you go, a water-powered car. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Phil, wait a minute, that's a vinegar and baking soda-powered car. Well, kind of. The vinegar and baking soda create a gas, and that gas creates pressure in the bottle, and that pressure forces the water out of the bottle. But it's the water leaving the bottle that creates the thrust. The water going that way pushes the car that way. Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So what we're gonna do is max out the water-powered car. Figure out how to get water going that way so we can go that way. But we means me and someone else. Who can help me? Oh, I know, Anthony from the Ontario Science Centre. He'd be great at this. Hopefully he's not busy. We're gonna max out the water-powered car. Ha. Anthony! Phil, sorry about that. Did I scare you?
Don't worry about it.
How you doing?
Awesome, thanks.
Great. I was wondering if I could get your help on an experiment.
Yeah, okay. Which one?
I'm building a water-powered car. It's gonna be great. It's Science Max headquarters. I'll show you.
Phil?
Anthony, I'm here.
Whoa, Phil, where are we?
Oh, this is the parking lot for Science Max headquarters. So,
Okay.
today,
Yeah.
I want to max out the water car.
This thing is awesome.
Yeah, so what you do is you use vinegar and baking soda,
Yeah.
and you pressurize this container, and,
Okay.
and the water shoots out that way. So the car goes this way.
Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, you know your
Okay,
stuff. This
okay.
is why you're here. This is because I could really use your help and advice on how to make this bigger.
Okay, so we're gonna need a bigger tank to pressurize. What about something like this?
So we need something that can hold pressure. Do you think this would work?
I don't know if we'd wanna...
And we'd have to put like pressure fittings on the barrel, like cut a hole
Yeah.
and weld them on. I don't know if that's...
Something tells me this wouldn't work, so we
Okay,
need,
sure. I got some other stuff over there maybe that we could use.
Check this out. Yeah, I think this would work. This would work a lot better.
Well, this is my stand-up wash tub base.
Your what?
So
Yeah.
we'll reuse it. Yeah?
Okay, you know what I'm thinking
Yeah.
now, though? I know
Yeah.
this. The problem is, I think this is like an oil drum, right?
It is.
And,
It's an oil tank from a house.
and these things are not built for pressure.
You can get water tanks that you pressurize.
Like hot water heaters, yeah, you can pressurize. They're built for that stuff. You pressurize them in your basement, and then the water travels up to like
the top
your
floor.
shower
That
or
makes,
something like that.
So all we need to do is get a pressurized water tank,
Okay.
put water in it, put pressure in it, and put it on wheels. And then we open the valve and it goes, right?
That sounds amazing.
All
yeah,
right.
let's get to it, man. Okay. we
I
need
got
to-
some water tanks over here in this corner of the parking lot.
Seriously?
Being a chef is my absolute passion. And cooking up science recipes is my speciality. I'm Buster Beaker, and this is Cooking with Science.
Oh, hello. When you're a professional chef like me, you spend lots of time perfecting the perfect recipes. I know my way around a kitchen, and today I'd like to show you one. That's not the fridge. Oh. Today I'd like to show you one of my favorites. Quail truffle gazpacho cakes on a plate of ice. Beautiful. And here's how to make it. Take some quail, some truffle, and some gazpacho and put it into a cake. Delicious. And here's the interesting part. How to make the plate of ice. Ooh, how did I do it? Well, I tried many different methods, and none were very successful. But now I let science do the work for me. So here's what I do. You see, I've got my large block of ice, and I've got a fishing line over the top, and on the bottom, I've got 2 heavy weights. Now we wait.
The heavy weights put pressure on the fishing line. This pressure melts the ice where it's pressing down. As the ice melts, the fishing line moves through the block of ice and eventually cuts its way through.
There we are. My hours of waiting have almost paid off. You see, I've got a perfect line through the ice, and I stopped it just before it finished. It's the pressure of the line on the ice that makes it work. The same thing happens when you use ice skates. You see, it's a very thin line, and your body weight presses down on the ice, melts it a bit, and that allows you to glide across the ice. It also allows me to just pop this off. There you are, you see? Perfect plate of ice to put my delicacy on. Let's just try that now. There we So I've joined Anthony, and we're going to max out our water-powered car. Our small design works by creating gas, which creates pressure, which forces the water out of the bottle, creating thrust. Our new plan is to get a water tank, put it on wheels, and put water in it. Then we use an air compressor to pressurize the air inside. When we open the valve, the water is forced out this way, which causes our water car to go that way. Okay. Ha-ha! So, water car, maxed out version,
Huge.
water tank.
And filled with lots of water and lots of air. Too. Yeah. Pretty good, right?
Whoa.
It's a lot of it. So,
Did it mess up my hair?
no, you look fine. You look great.
Okay, good.
Now, the only thing left is we just gotta open this valve here, right?
Yeah. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Okay, here we go. 3,
2,
1,
go!
We open the valve and our pressurized tank moves forward. The air pressure in the tank forces the water out with enough force to move the tank.
Awesome! That was awesome!
That was a great run, yeah.
That was amazing.
So pressurized water tank on wheels.
Totally worked.
Totally works.
Total success, yeah.
So, because this is Science Max, the only thing we can do now is make it bigger.
Bigger,
right?
exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
So, problem is,
I don't think we're gonna find a tank bigger than this one.
Yeah.
So
because then it would be too heavy, right?
exactly,
Much
way too
bigger.
heavy. Maybe what we can do is just get a lot more water,
Okay.
and then we find a way to pressurize the water.
Oh, so don't pressurize the whole tank, just the stream of water that's going out
As
of
it
the tank.
comes out, exactly. Something kind of like a fire hose.
A fire hose, right.
So
we take a big container of water,
right?
and I guess we would need a pump.
Yeah, like a pump would be perfect.
So then we suck the water out of the container, put it through the pump to pressurize it, shoot it out of a fire hose.
And then our car Goes flying.
Goes flying.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Amazing.
When water is going fast, it has a lot of force. This is a power washer. It's made for cleaning concrete and wooden decks, but it doesn't use soap and it doesn't use heat. It only uses the power of water. Let's try it out. The power washer creates a stream of water that is moving really fast. It has the force to clean concrete, strip the paint, or even the Science Max logo off wood. But how do I max out the power washer? What's the most ultimate use I can think of? Power washer pumpkin carving! The power of the pressure washer creates a stream of water strong enough to make short work of my pumpkin. Power washers may only shoot water, but they can be dangerous, so don't try this at home. Yeah, science!
The Wizard Academy. All you have to do is demonstrate true magic, and you'll be granted entry.
Send in the next candidate. Oh, no, not Overwhelmo.
Did someone say Overwhelmo?
No, wait, no, next. No, not that. Okay, good, okay.
Behold, it is I, Overwhelmo!
Welcome back, Overwhelmo. If you can truly demonstrate magic, you may join the Wizard Academy.
A glass of water! No, wait, that is not the whole trick. Okay, hold on. Okay, and this, a waterproof playing card. I put the card on the glass and flip it upside down, and then I say the magic word. The magic word. And behold, magic! Yes?
Is that it?
Yes?
Well, it's not magic.
It is defying gravity.
Nope,
The water would fall and the card would fall to the floor.
it's not magic.
This is magic.
No, it's science.
Horse feathers.
Look, the reason the water doesn't come out is the air at the top of the glass keeps it held in by suction. More air would have to get into this glass to decrease the suction, and because the playing card is keeping a seal on the glass, the suction of the air is holding the weight of the water up.
Balderdash.
All right, look, let's do a little experiment then, shall we? Let's move the playing card just a little bit from the edge of the glass. You see those bubbles?
Yes.
That's bad news. Science, not magic.
Well, I will return, and then you will see your mind will be melted by the. No, that's not my music. Hold. You will rue the day when. That's not my new. Hold. Overwhelmo shall return.
Our maxed out water car worked pretty well. Now it's time for something even more maxed out. We start with a giant tank on wheels, we add a pump to pressurize the water, and a fire hose to shoot it out the back. What's more, this version is big enough for me and Anthony to ride. Water car! So this
Amazing!
is the more super improved water car. This tank holds 1,000 liters. And right now it has 720 liters of water.
We have a pump. That's right, our water pump. So the idea is we take the water from this container out through your hose, really pressurized, going really fast that way. Our car goes really fast this way.
All we gotta do is just turn on the pump and we're ready to go. So we fire up the pump and the water stream comes out really strong. So strong I can barely hold on to it.
Here we go!
But even so, there's a problem.
What's going on back there? I got it! Yeah. Nothing happened. No, nothing really. Well, something happened. We got wet, but it didn't really.
It's too heavy.
Too heavy.
So you're on it and I'm on it. That's a lot of weight. We don't ride it. That's something.
Yeah.
Also, this is kind of going crazy.
Yeah, because if nobody's holding it, it's just gonna flap around.
So we'll have a brace here.
Yeah.
Shoots it that way. That's good.
And then we'll need, I feel like we'll need something to kind of propel it. Maybe a better propulsion system. Kind of like one of those steamboats.
So we put a big paddle wheel here.
Exactly.
And we aim it, I guess we aim it down
at the, yeah, exactly.
like that.
And then,
At the paddle wheel, and then the paddle wheel spins, and that propels the car,
exactly.
right?
Right.
Okay, well, we can do that. Let's do it.
Sounds good,
Put it
yeah.
together. You know what? I have a paddle wheel because I had a failed hydroelectric.
This is called flyboarding. Wow. Whoa. Powerful jets of water are being shot out from this board at my feet. Whoa.
The engine on the watercraft behind me creates the water pressure, which travels up the hose and through the jets. The force of the water is strong enough that I can use it to fly around. So what's the difference between this and a water car? Well,
We don't have to take that much water with us because it starts in the lake and ends up in the lake. So the only water I have to carry is in the hose that goes up to the platform. Woo-hoo!
flyboarding is lots of fun, but it takes some practice to get it right. Balancing on jets of water isn't easy, but I got the hang of it.
It's all due to Newton's third law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Physics! Woohoo!
Our maxed out water car didn't work so well. The main reason is that that much water is heavy, 720 kilograms.
Yeah.
So Anthony and I have a plan. Rather than rely on the force of the water going straight out the hose, we're gonna put a water wheel on the back of the water car. A water wheel works by catching water in the segments of the wheel. The weight of the water on one side of the wheel causes it to start turning. But we're gonna use the weight of the water and the pressure of the water. Hopefully, both combined will be enough force to turn the wheel, which will drive our water car forward. A little construction, and we have it ready to go. Okay, so here's the latest version of the water car, Water Wheel!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
We try it out, but there's a problem. The trick with the water car is the water itself weighs a lot. Every liter is 1 kilogram, so our 720 liters we start with is way too heavy to get the car moving in the beginning. But as the water gets pumped out, there's a sweet spot where the weight is low enough the water car might move. But then there's only a little water left, so it's a balancing act. We fill it again and see if we can come up with a plan. Okay, new and improved version, only half full. So the idea this time is because we're starting with it only half full, right?
Yeah.
Then it'll begin to go a little easier because it won't have as much weight as it had the last time we did it. And Phil, yeah?
I can't even move this thing.
What?
I think there's too much fuel. There's too much. Yeah, there's no way we can move this. There's no way this is gonna be able to.
Even
move.
half full, you
Even
can't
half full,
move
I
it.
think we need less fuel. We gotta get down to like maybe like a quarter or something like that.
The thing is, we ran it from the full tank last time, and it never
Okay.
moved at all.
What if we gave it like a push to kind of help it get over that little bump of energy?
Ah,
Little
so
inertia.
give it the first push when it's still got a bunch of water in it. We give it a bit of a push, and then maybe it'll go in its own.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wanna get it
Yeah.
down?
Absolutely. Let's do it. We start the pump and wait for the amount of water to get to just the right spot. Then we give it a push while it's still kind of heavy to start it moving. Sure enough, that push makes all the difference.
Yeah, it's working!
The water car is light enough to roll, has some momentum to keep it going, and the force of the water coming out the pump is enough to keep it moving forward on its own.
Still going!
All right! Amazing! Yeah! Look at it, man, this thing worked like a beauty!
It worked all, it went all the way. That way.
Yeah!
Way to go. The water car, finally, a success. It was the push.
It was the push, that's all we needed to get it going.
A bit of a push to get it going and a lot less water, and there you go. It totally works. All right, you want to do it again?
Absolutely!
All right, here we go.
Okay.
See you next time on Science Max Experiments at Large.
So much easier to push it without any water inside it.
Hey, welcome to Science Max Experiments at Large. I'm Phil McCordick, and hold on a second, I'm just gonna change. Okay, that's better. Now, where were we? All right, let's go make a boat. So you know that some things float and some things sink, like rocks, or wood, or full water bottles and empty water bottles, or carrots, foam, waffles, screwdriver, playing cards, plasticine, tinfoil, potato, my watch. Wait, that wasn't supposed to go in there. So how do you make a boat? You make it out of something that floats, right? Well, most boats are actually made out of metal. Tinfoil is metal and, well, it sinks. But if you fold tinfoil into a boat shape, it floats. And boats don't only float themselves, but they can hold people and cargo. In fact, there's container ships crossing the ocean at this very moment that are holding thousands of tons of cargo, and they're all made of metal, which doesn't float, it sinks. So how do boats do it? Are they magic? No, of course not. Boats are science. And here, you can be science maximites. Get some tinfoil and cut it into the same size pieces and fold a couple different shapes of boats and see which one can hold the most weight before sinking. And now it's time to max it out. But before we do, here's how you can fold your own tinfoil boat in less than 15 seconds. First, take a square piece of tinfoil, then fold it in half. Fold one corner down and the other corner down. Then open it up and ta-da, you're done. If you want instructions on how to fold a more complicated boat, go to our website. I have a feeling I'm gonna need a few extra lab coats for this experiment. Like I was saying, let's max out the tinfoil boat and find out a little bit more about why boats float. Okay, well, I'm here at an indoor pool, which is not, I wasn't expecting to be in the pool just yet, but this is where we're gonna build our giant tinfoil boat, so why not? Who's Nia?
Phil, you're wet.
I thought I was gonna come in over there, but I came in on the water sled. I think I had the coordinates wrong. Anyway, this is Husnia, and she's from Let's Talk Science, which is all about science education, right?
Yes.
Just like us. So you're gonna help me max out the tinfoil boat. I think I dropped it in the water. Hold on. Whoa! Here, where? There it is. The tinfoil boat. The tinfoil boat.
Phil, this is a boat?
Well, it looked a lot better before I came down the water slide, but that's the idea, and then we make it bigger. What do you think?
I don't think it's gonna work, Phil.
Oh, well, why not?
Tinfoil is very thin,
Uh-huh.
and it might not hold the shape of the boat.
Well, I still think we should use tinfoil, though.
Why?
Well, because the small experiment was tinfoil, and I bought all of this tinfoil.
Then let's do it.
Tinfoil?
Tinfoil?
Okay, high five. I will, I'll take the tinfoil, and you take that, and I'm gonna have to dry off at some point.
Welcome to Shipbuilding for Pirates. I'm Swubby, and I've built some of the finest pirate ships for some of the finest pirates this side of the Caribbean. And I can teach you to do the same. But first, you need to know your basics. Mass and volume. Let's start with volume! But not that kind of volume. Which of these two chests do you think has more volume? Right, this one here. Which of these two balloons do you think has more volume? Right, this one here. Volume is how much space something takes up. Which of these two chests has more volume? That's right, they're the same. But which of these two chests has more mass? Which is heavier? Hard to tell, isn't it? But what if I told you that this one was empty and this one was full of treasure? Oh, loonies. Now, which one has more mass? That's right, this one. These two chests have the same volume, but this one has more mass. This chest has more volume than that one, but this one... My loonies! That chest does not have as much mass. Volume is how much space something takes up, and mass is how heavy something is. And when you look at them both together, you're looking at density. Join us next time on Shipbuilding for Pirates, and then we'll look at how volume, mass, and density work together to make something float. Oh, my precious, precious loonies. Are you all right, my pretties? They can't talk, so I'm not sure what they're saying.
So, Husni and I get to work constructing a large tinfoil boat. Our first design is just sort of a square, folded together out of a very large sheet of tinfoil. Simple, but can I ride in it? There we go. A giant tinfoil boat, just my size. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
I don't know if it's gonna work. It's too thin.
You think it's too thin?
I feel like yes.
What should we do?
Do you want to test it?
Let's test it. Okay, good idea. So here's the most important question. Do you want to test it or should I test it?
No, you test it.
All right, here we go. Putting it in. First test. Does it float on its own? Yeah! Floats on its own. No problem. If I just get in very carefully, then it will work fine. See, if I'm careful about how I get in, no, it's fine. See, if I just get in like that.
Oh my! Bill, are you okay?
Wait a minute. It's sort of. No, that's just air. You know what went wrong? It wasn't boat shaped. I think if we make it look more like a canoe, because canoes float, if we make it look like a canoe, it'll work great.
No, Phil. We need some support. If we add a couple of structures in between, then we add support to it.
I'll tell you what. Let's make a boat like I want to make and a boat like you want to make, and we'll see whose is the best.
That's a good idea. Okay, let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome back to Shipbuilding for Pirates. I'm Swubby, and now we know what volume means, what mass means, and that together it can tell you something's density. Now let's find out why things float. Let's say we're out to sea and my treasure chest gets swept overboard. Oh no! But it's all right. It floats because it pushes enough water out of the way, displaces it to carry its mass. But what if my treasure chest had more treasure in it? Well, we're giving it more mass, but not more volume. Too much mass and not enough volume, and it will sink. Oh no, my loonies! You need more volume if you want to float more mass. And that is why things float. I'm Swubby, and thanks for joining me on Shipbuilding for Pirates.
So, the first version of the tinfoil boat didn't work out too well.
Like that.
But my idea is to build a tinfoil boat more like a canoe to see if a different shape makes any difference. Tinfoil canoe!
Very Canadian.
Very Canadian. The canoe part, anyway. I don't know about the tinfoil part. So, Husni and I had a bit of a disagreement of why the last boat didn't work. I thought it was because it wasn't shaped enough like a boat. So this one looks like a canoe.
What I thought is that it requires some structure.
Structure so that it wouldn't fold together.
That's right.
And we'll see how it goes.
All right.
All right, here we go. Did it work?
Nope.
Okay, your idea next. Did you know it's easier to float in salt water, like in the ocean, than it is in fresh water, like a lake or a pool? That's because not all liquids are created equal. They have different densities. This is fresh water, or it doesn't have anything in it. And this is sugar. If I was to put 1 scoop of sugar in this water and stir it around until it dissolves, now this liquid is more dense than before I put the sugar in. Here's an experiment you can do at home using liquid density. This glass just has regular water with yellow food coloring in it. This glass, green food coloring and half a cup of sugar in it. This one has a full cup of sugar in it, and this one has 2 cups of sugar in it. Now, when you do this at home, you'll definitely want an adult to help you because you have to heat the water if you want to dissolve that much sugar in 1 glass of water. I'm gonna put them all in 1 container. You can do this at home, and when you do, I suggest you use a very small container because you have to be very careful when you put the layers in. You can use a turkey baster or a straw. When you put your finger on top, the air pressure will hold the liquid in and you can just drop it in. But these kind of take some time, so I'm going to use the syringe of science. I'm gonna use the most dense liquid first because that's the one that's gonna want to be on the bottom. I carefully put it on the bottom of the container. The next layer, be very careful, and you'll see that the red and the blue aren't mixing because they have different densities. The blue is heavier than the red. We'll add the green, and you can see even when it drips into the red, it comes back up to the top because the green liquid isn't as dense as the red liquid, and the denser liquids push the lighter liquid up. And now we're gonna add the yellow, which of course has no sugar in it at all. And there you go. All the layers stay separate. If you put it on a light, you can really see it. Liquid densities. Now, let's max it out.
Ta-da! The longest length of liquid layers. 12 liquids all organized by density. Starting from the bottom, we have honey, corn syrup, chocolate syrup, maple syrup, dish soap, whole milk, water, dyed blue, vegetable oil, extra virgin olive oil, rubbing alcohol, baby oil, and lamp oil. Liquid density. I really want to mix it up, but it took me a long time to make this, so I'm not going to.
Our first 2 attempts at a tinfoil boat haven't gone so well. Husnia's idea is to make a tinfoil boat and add some more structure, because the tinfoil just wants to collapse when I get in it. So we start with a large piece of cardboard on the bottom, then we wrap the tinfoil around it and shape it into a boat. After that, we add some supports across the top to stop it from folding in when we add my weight to it. This boat feels a lot stronger than the one I was just in.
I told you.
So how does all of this work?
So we got some support using broomsticks and then some cardboard paper. And then underneath we have cardboard.
And so how will all of this help the boat not sink with me in it?
Right. The broomsticks will prevent it from folding this way and you won't sink.
Good.
The cardboard will prevent it from folding this way and you won't sink again.
Not sinking is my favorite thing to do in the tinfoil boat. All right, so let's try it.
Let's do
now,
it.
Are you gonna get in this one?
I'll tell you what, Phil. If you get in and you don't sink, I'll go after you.
Deal.
All right.
All right, here we go. It's sort of working. Oh no, water's coming in. It's sort of working.
It's almost working.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
No!
Hold on.
go!
Another thing I learned is that a very light tinfoil boat can be very heavy when it's full of water.
I don't know if fixing it is in the cards. I think we're gonna have to build another boat. So what do you think we should do?
Let's add more structure.
More structure.
Oh, yeah.
What if we add like a metal rod around the outside and maybe some more metal rods and ribs? And we wrap it all in tinfoil, and you think it'll work?
Let's give it a try.
Let's give it a try.
Don't worry about it. I got this.
No, I'll get it. I'll get it.
Sure?
Who wants to do an experiment with diapers? Oh! No, I'm serious. You may have a little brother or sister at home, which means you probably know where you can find some diapers. But there are two things you need to remember. First, ask an adult if you can use the diapers for your experiment. And two, only use unused diapers, okay? Okay. So, you take the diaper, and if you cut it, be very careful, maybe get an adult to help you, over some black construction paper, like I have here, and you shake the diaper over the construction paper, you'll see that there's a little powder that comes out. And this is the secret ingredient. This is super absorbent gel. What it does is it soaks up all the liquid, and diapers are full of them. And you carefully pour it into a plastic cup, like that. Now you can see I have already done it with a number of diapers. It's important to use a plastic cup because it's a little messy, although it's non-toxic, it's totally safe, but it's still easier to clean up by just throwing the cup away. Now, add some water, and what happens is this super absorbent gel absorbs the water and turns very quickly into a paste. Look at that. Now, let's max it out. 5 kilograms of super absorbent gel, 500 liters of water. Now, it is time to do science! And I have my own stir stick. Yep, definitely coming along. I'm not exactly sure if we're getting anything on this camera, but I want to make sure it's recording. Yep, it's recording. There we go. It is definitely turning solid. Well, there you go. The giant super absorbent gel experiment. Corey, Trevor, I need some help getting out. How many outfits have I been through in this episode? How many outfits have I been through in this episode? Anybody have a towel? There you go. Thanks, buddy. That's great.
Husnia's idea of adding structure to the tinfoil boat was definitely right. We just needed to go further. So we did it again. This time, we made a much larger boat. We started with a sheet of cardboard, then wrapped the tinfoil around and added some metal supports taped to the cardboard across the boat this way to make ribs, as well as some other supporting pieces in the front and the back. Then another metal rod all the way around the top, and finally, supports across the middle.
All right, feel how strong it is. I'm really excited about this version of the tinfoil boat. What we did is we used thwarts, big hard pieces of wood that we did last time, but this time we have ribs.
Ribs, right, which are made of a cardboard, a metal rod attached to it,
and shaped, and we did a whole bunch of them that go the whole length of the boat. And then we used all of this bendable metal, and we have one that runs all the way around the gunnels, and a whole bunch that run down the inside, and we even used bike fenders at the front and the back of the boat to give it super rigidity so that it hopefully won't go like all the other boats have done so far. Are you ready, Husnia?
let's do this.
1, 2, 3, lift. All right, moving it over. It floats,
But that doesn't tell us anything because they've all floated at this point. It's only when I get into it. Okay, here we go. All right. Hey! Hey, it works! All right.
Oh, it's working.
Ha 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 ha! Look at that! It works perfectly. The tinfoil boat experiment has been done. Science Max, experiments at large. What do you think, Christina?
The only reason I got into this boat because I knew it's gonna work.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So you knew you would never get wet? See, I don't think that's fair. I think it's time that you got wet. I think we should go. I think you and I should just get wet right now. Just need.
Someone help.
You're still dry, aren't you?
Okay.
That is so unfair.
Greetings, Science Maximites. My name is Phil. And I am Opposite Phil. Opposite Phil. That's right. Blue lab coat, yellow shirt, evil mustache. I see. Anyway, we're looking at opposing forces today. That's forces that make things go down and forces that make things go up. Right, things with more density and things with less density. Gravity and the opposite, which is anti-gravity. Anti-gravity isn't really a thing. Well, I have to do the opposite. Right. Buoyancy. And buoyancy's opposite, which is girlancy. No, girlancy is not the opposite of buoyancy. You know, you're not helping. Right, not helping. Opposite. Haha. Hello. Goodbye. Hey. Today we're going to be making a gravity-powered boat. Ta-da! It's pretty easy to make. You just put water in the top here. Gravity of the water pushes it out the straw, and the boat goes forward. And it's super easy to make. You only need 4 things: a piece of styrofoam, a plastic cup, craft stick, and a straw. And the tools you'll need: a pen, a craft knife, and the help of an adult, and science glue, which is the same as regular glue, except I only use this glue for science. You take your styrofoam and you cut it into a boat shape. That requires the knife and the help of the adult. Then take your cup and draw the circle that your cup will sit in. And then you want to put 2 slashes with your craft knife in there. Again, get the help of an adult if you need it. And then start carving out the styrofoam with your finger and make a nice little indent just like this for your cup to fit in. See? And then it fits in nice and snug. So then what you want to do is you want to make a hole in the cup. You can use a pencil. The hole has to be just big enough for the straw to fit in. First, you want to take the straw and dig up in this direction so that it will be a nice angle for the water to come out, and then you want to get the straw back up into the cup like that, and then glue it so that it is not going to leak any water. And then in the final step, and this is your choice, you don't have to do this, but you can use your craft stick and you can make a rudder, or if you want, you can make a whole keel, which goes just like that, and it is right in the middle of the boat, and this helps the boat go straight, because sometimes the straw goes off to the side one way or the other. Okay, water-powered boat. Actually, it's a water and gravity-powered boat. You see, what you do is you fill up the cup with water, and the gravity of the water in the cup pushes it out the straw, and the boat goes forward. And this is what it looks like in the water. You fill up the cup, and the gravity pushes the water out that way. The buoyancy of the boat keeps it afloat, and good old Newton's third law: for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The water going out the straw this way pushes the boat that way, and it works pretty well. Whoa, if it's going straight. That's why we have the keel. Okay, so gravity-powered boat. Time to max it out. But first, I need an expert to help me. Oh, of course, Michaela from the Ontario Science Centre. Perfect. All right. And let's go. No! I stopped myself. I didn't get wet.
Because you need your help maxing out this. The water gravity boat. It's pretty awesome. And what you do is you put the water in the boat, and then it does this, and it propels itself along. So we're gonna max it out and make it super awesome. So what do you want to do that?
Oh, man, well, what if we just think about making everything bigger?
Okay.
Right? Like, first we're gonna need a bigger container.
Okay, well, that's a good idea. Tell you what, I got my waterproof portal ordering device. So I'll order some sort of a bin.
Yeah,
Like a big
yeah.
plastic bin. Okay, hold on.
That'd be-
Hold on. Here it comes. Oh, there it is.
Yay!
Okay, so a big plastic bin.
Yeah, and then, you see this straw here? What if we had something like that, except bigger,
Like a pipe of some sort?
yeah, like a big pipe.
One pipe coming up.
I need to get myself one of those.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work, so. Oh, here it is.
Wow.
So, bin is the cup,
Yeah,
pipe is the straw.
yeah.
So now all we need is the boat.
Yeah, the platform itself. I think we need something that's gonna be really stable, because we're gonna have a lot of weight this time.
How about like a surfboard or one of those stand-up paddle boards?
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, okay, check this out. Uh-oh,
Oh, no.
water stopping.
That doesn't look good.
I think it might have gotten stuck.
Oh,
We'll have to go get it. Because the water is still running and that might overflow,
man,
so.
it's stuck somewhere.
Buoyancy is the tendency for things to float. Things like this balloon, or this ball in water. But it doesn't float on its own. The helium is less dense than the air molecules around it, and they fall past the balloon and push it up. The ball is less dense than the water around it. So the water molecules flow around the ball and push it up. This happens because water is a fluid. The particles flow around each other. This works because air is a fluid. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Phil, air isn't a fluid, but it is. Usually we think of fluid as meaning a liquid, but in this case, fluid means anything where the particles can flow around each other, and that includes air. But you know what? It's hard to see the particles in water. Same thing with air. I can say it, but it's really hard to see it. Now this is sand, and it behaves like a fluid too. Well, sort of. Check it out. Look, it's made of a whole bunch of very fine particles, and it takes the shape of its container. But watch this. I put a ball in the sand, and it doesn't float. Now, the ball is less dense than the sand, but it doesn't float because the particles of sand have a little bit too much friction right now. But watch as we move them around and reduce the friction by adding some air. Now, this sand is behaving like a fluid, and the ball floats. Let's see what else floats on sand. How about this pumpkin? Yup, that floats. How about this block of wood? Yep, that floats too. How about this styrofoam ball? Yeah, that definitely floats. Look at that. The sand is a fluid right now because all of the little particles of sand are moving around. But watch this. If I turn off the air, everything freezes in place. Nothing floats anymore because the sand is no longer behaving like a fluid. So there you go, buoyancy. It all depends on the density of the thing and the fluid it's surrounded by. Huh? Science. Michaela and I are maxing out our gravity-powered boat. We had a bunch of maxed out materials. We just needed to get our surfboard. So we got our giant bin.
We got a giant tube. Water's gonna come out of this end.
And we've got a valve here, which means we can fill the bucket, and then we can turn on the valve and see what happens. So, whoa!
Hey.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna turn on the valve, and that means now the water is flowing through.
Ooh,
Hey, it's working.
not bad.
Right on. Whoa, look at that. This thing is really working.
Yeah, it's taking off now.
So, okay, this is good. It's going about walking speed. Now that it's working, how do we max it out?
Our fuel here is the water, so
Yeah.
what if we just had even more water?
And it doesn't last long, does it?
Yeah.
Maxing out our boat even more is easy. A bigger bin for more water, and a wider pipe to move more water for more thrust. Okay, so a bigger bin is a lot harder to fill because it's hard to get to the top of it.
Well, you're working against gravity, so it's gonna work for us.
I can really appreciate the amount of water that we're putting into this. That's 4 buckets full.
Wow.
This is 5 buckets.
We open up the valve and it starts to go.
Yep,
It's working.
it is working. Look at all the awesome
Check
bubbles.
that out.
Okay,
That works really well.
it really, it's definitely
Wow.
faster than the other one. I think it's the larger pipe, and we need more water because it doesn't last very long.
Check it out. It looks like it's going even faster now that we've lost a bit of the water.
Less weight.
Yeah.
This is working great, so now how do we make it even better?
Okay, well, the only force working with us right now is gravity, right? Of
Right.
the water coming out. What if we add in an extra force?
And we could squish the water down to go out faster. Okay, watery high five. Okay, we gotta get it's way over here. Come on, we gotta get it. I want to move the water from this container to this container. Now, I could just pour it, but what if it's too heavy? It's too heavy! Help me, science! Well, science to the rescue with this! A clear plastic tube! Ooh, science-y. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna make a siphon, and it's pretty complicated, so follow along. Are you ready? I stick one end in here, and one end in here! Whoa! Yeah, I know, it's not working yet, but that's because we haven't added the science. First, we need to add a little bit of suction and suck the water through the hose like a straw. It has to go over the highest point. Watch this. And there we go. Look, the water is going up. I can even make the water go up even more, and it still works. But why does the water go up? Water doesn't like to go up, right? Well, the reason why is because there's more water going down than there is going up. So that creates suction on this end, and the gravity of this water pulls that water up. So gravity is doing all the work for us. And that is a siphon. Huh? So now let's max it out. This is the same container of water, but now it's colored slightly blue so you can see it go all the way up through this hose. The only really hard part about this is sucking the water all the way up to there. Okay, here we go. I got it working. Now, the reason why it's working is because there's just a bit more water on this side of the tube than there is on this side of the tube.
With a siphon, it doesn't matter how far you go up, as long as the water on one side is lower than the other.
Science. You know about helium balloons, right? Helium is a harmless gas that is less dense than air, which is why helium floats.
If I was to breathe some helium, my voice sounds higher because helium is less dense than normal air, so my vocal cords vibrate faster. Ah!
But have you ever wondered, is there a gas that's more dense than air? There is.
It's called sulfur hexafluoride, and it's much more dense than air. So if I was to breathe some, my vocal cords would vibrate slower, making my voice lower. Ha 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 ha!
This container is full of sulfur hexafluoride. Ooh, I know, it's invisible, you can't see anything. But watch as I blow some bubbles. The bubbles are floating on top of that layer of sulfur hexafluoride.
The bubbles float because they're full of regular air, which is less dense than the sulfur hexafluoride.
In fact, a balloon will float on this as well. The balloon floats lower because the weight of the latex also drags it down a bit. But the bubbles and the balloons are floating on a sea of sulfur hexafluoride. And it is like a sea because it's a fluid just like water, but it's more dense than regular air.
Science! It's awesome!
Michaela and I are maxing out our gravity-powered boat. It was already working well, but now our idea is to try squishing out the water so it gives the boat more thrust. We just had to come up with a brilliant idea how to do that.
Garbage bag! Garbage bag! Yeah, garbage garbage bag! Okay, maybe we should explain the garbage bag. Okay, so the garbage bag is attached to the pipe at the back end. There's a hole in the garbage bag. Whoa, we fill the garbage bag with water. Then we tie the garbage bag tight. Tie the knot so the air doesn't get it. Now that we've got that, we use bowling balls! And we put the bowling balls on top of the garbage bag, and this will, whoa, squish the water out.
Really is pushing on that bag.
Okay, ready? Okay, let's see.
Hey, it's moving.
Our bowling balls were squishing the water out, but the boat didn't seem to be moving much faster.
I think the bowling balls made the whole thing too heavy.
What if we raise the bin up?
If it's higher up, then there would be more force due to gravity.
Yeah, so we have the bin on like stilts or something,
Oh my God.
and then it has to fall further, and then maybe the water's going faster.
I love that idea.
Okay, good.
Yeah, let's try it.
So what we need to do is get
Wait,
this.
no.
Oh, I thought this is the shallow
No,
pool.
yeah, no, that's
no, that
over
one's
there.
that's that
yeah,
one. Yeah.
not here.
Max Historica. Long, long ago, in the time of ancient Greece, there lived a genius named Archimedes. One day he was in the tub and he noticed something.
Oh, hello. Look at that. When I get into the tub, the water level goes up, and when I get out of the tub, the water level goes down. Ha ha! Eureka!
I, don't get it.
Well, I can calculate how much volume something takes up by how much water it displaces.
Yep, still not with you.
Now, I'll give you an example. How much water would be displaced, pushed aside, if I put this ball in the water?
It's light, so not much.
Ah, it doesn't matter how heavy it is. It only matters how much space it takes up. Watch. Ha! You see? The same volume, huh?
I think I see.
How much water will be displaced when I put this bowling ball in?
More because it's heavier.
Ah, nope. It doesn't matter how heavy it is. It only matters how much space it takes up. Watch.
Oh.
You see? A simple and easy way to measure something's volume.
Archimedes, one of the greatest and cleanest scientists in history. Join us next time for more Max Historica. The metric system in 60 seconds.
The metric system is a way of measuring things. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, a kilometer is 1,000 meters, but few people realize just how interconnected the metric system is. First of all, it breaks down to a base 10 system. Everything is 10, 100, or 1,000 of everything else, and it's all based on water. This is exactly 1 liter of water. It weighs exactly 1 kilogram. It fits into a cube 10 centimeters on each side. It boils at 100 degrees Celsius and freezes at 0. And this happy little fellow is 1 milliliter. It fits into a cube 1 centimeter on every side. It weighs exactly 1 gram, and the amount of energy required to raise this 1 degree Celsius is 1 calorie. The metric system, everything interconnected and all based on water. Ha! Oh. Uh-oh.
Michaela and I are experimenting on our maxed out gravity-powered boat. Trying to squish the water out with bowling balls added too much weight for it to make much of a difference. So now we've raised our tote higher up, which means the water will have farther to fall and be going faster when it comes out.
And I got a totally awesome name for our boat.
Tell me, what's up?
Totes McBoats.
That's a totally awesome name!
Totes McBoats? Yes! Okay, so are we ready to fire up Totes McBoats?
That's right, yep.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on the valve. Okay, ready? And let go. Totes McBoats!
What we hadn't considered is that much weight that high up would be tippy.
Totes McBoats no longer afloat.
We needed a way to solve the tipping problem first.
You know what we need to do?
What?
We need to build an outrigger.
All right, so check it out. This time we have an outrigger, which means our boat's gonna be a whole lot more stable. It's not gonna fall that way because this thing is floating, and it's not gonna fall this way because it has a lot of mass as well. Think we're almost ready, eh, Phil?
Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
Ready?
Okay, let's do it. Turn on the valve.
Here we go.
Go, Totes McBoats. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Yes. Yes. Totes McBoats. Oh, the outrigger's pulling it to the side. Whoa.
in this way. Yes! It goes really fast. Our gravity-powered water boat worked great. The water ran down from high up, giving it more speed due to gravity, but no more mass than before. And our outrigger kept the whole thing from tipping over. Totes McBoats was a success. Thank you very much, Science Max Experiments at Large, gravity-powered boat, otherwise known as Totes McBoats! Totes, come back, Totes! Come back! Ha! Greetings, Science Maximites. My name is Phil, and this is Science Max Experiments at Large, and this is a syringe. You might know syringes from when you get a needle at the doctor, but syringes are used all the time in science because they let you measure very precise amounts of fluid. Now check it out. You push the plunger down, and it comes out the top. Or you could pull the plunger in, and it would suck more fluid in this way. But check this out. I've got a syringe attached to a hose here, and this hose is filled with water. And I wondered if the hose was really, really long, how hard would it be to push this plunger down? Of course, I don't know where the end of the hose is because it was really long and I had to string it all the way around, so, here it is. Okay, so let's find out. Push the syringe down and water will come out the other end of the hose. Pretty cool. You see, this is called hydraulics. Hydraulics is a branch of science that deals with fluids like water. But hydraulics are also a mechanism used in a lot of machines. Check this out. This is a syringe with a short hose on it, much shorter this time. And I press down on the plunger of the syringe and water comes out. And I pull in on the syringe and water goes back in. Because the plunger is airtight, it allows me to push or pull the water. But what if I close the system and take another syringe and attach it to the end of the hose like this? Well, then, if I push this plunger in, this syringe fills up with water. And then I pull this plunger out, the syringe empties. So check it out. This plunger raises and lowers based on what I'm doing with this plunger. And you know what that means? We've made a remote control. Huh? Check it out. So, if you take two syringes and you take a hose and you attach them to something you want to remote control, voila, you can build something like this. We have made our very own robotic arm that you can power remotely with hydraulics. Pretty cool, right? If you want to build one of these yourself, here are the materials you need. First, you need two supports and the arm. I used pieces of wood, but you can use wooden spoons, rulers, or pencils. You'll need some craft sticks, elastics, and a paper plate. And of course, two syringes and a hose, which you can get in an art supply store or a hardware store. Here's how you build your own hydraulically powered arm. First, make the base by tracing holes for your supports the width of a craft stick apart. Cut out the holes and use a craft stick and elastic to secure the supports underneath the plate and on top. Then add some elastics and a piece of craft stick in the middle so the supports won't scrunch together, because we are holding this whole thing together with elastics. Then get your syringe in there and keep it propped up with more elastics. Then get your arm and slot it in between the supports. The arm should be horizontal when the syringe is half full. Elastics to attach the arm and the syringe. Then push down on this end of the plunger and, ha-ha, you have a remote-controlled robotic arm. You can also max it out even more by adding more degrees of movement. You can make the arm rotate side to side. You can even add a little claw attachment at the end and power it all using syringes. Haha, science and hydraulics. So let's max it out. I just need an expert to help me. Let's see. And over that way. Chris from Logix Academy, of course. Logix Academy knows all about building robot stuff. I'm sure Chris can totally help me. Let's go.
Oh, hey, Phil.
Oh, hey, Chris from Logix Academy. Great to see you.
What took you so long?
How long was I gone?
And what's with the orange lab coat?
Oh, it happened again. It keeps changing the color of my lab coat. But this time, Chris, I prepared for it, and I wore another lab coat. See?
Blue?
No! Well, you know what? This is happening a lot, Chris. So I wore another lab coat under this lab coat. I'm gonna have to wear a lot of lab coats, though, because this is happening all the time. We should talk about hydraulics, right?
Okay, yes,
yeah, because we got some cool stuff planned. Okay, so we're just gonna get the table in here. Oh, okay. This is the hydraulic arm. Check it out.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
If we want to max it out, what can we do? We can make it bigger, we can make it
What if we did it so that the force you put on this side gets multiplied so that this side's even stronger?
Ooh, what do you call that when that happens?
Force multiplier.
A force, I like that. Force multiplier, it sounds like a video game. So we would have a lot more power.
You have a lot more power, which we could do fun stuff.
Yeah, so if we had like lots of power, what would we do? We'd like crush something.
Yeah, let's crush some stuff.
Yeah, we could crush some stuff. Okay, can we start with syringes though?
Yep.
And then we'll work up as we go.
I like it.
So what do we need? Do we need different sizes?
So yeah, I was thinking we need a small.
A delicious plate of cheese and crackers, my favorite snack. But these crackers are pretty salty, so I should probably pour myself a glass of water first, huh? No! My cheese and crackers! Why? Why does this happen? Why does the water stick to the glass? Well, because of science. And the reason why it happens gets a little complicated, but it boils down to this one simple thing. Water likes to stick to things. Huh? Did you see? Did you see how it stuck? No, of course you didn't. You know why? Because it only sticks on a small scale. See those drops of water? That's water sticking to the surface. But it only works when the surface tension of the water is less than the force of gravity, which is why water drops fall when they get bigger. So it sticks to things. That still doesn't explain why you can pour water out of some containers without any drips, and other containers make it nearly impossible.
It's all about the angle. Water will flow very easily when there isn't a large change in direction, like around the curved top of this glass. But when there's a big change in direction, like at the mouth of this teapot, the water can't make that turn as easily. This is also why pouring from a full glass is much messier than one that's less full. Pouring out of a full glass, the water only needs to change direction this much to flow down the side. But from a half full glass, the water would need to change direction this much.
So all this happens because water likes to stick to things. So let's do an experiment and coat this glass with hydrophobic spray. Now, hydrophobic coatings repel water. So if it's repelling the water from the outside of the glass, will we still have the same problem? Well, let's find out. Hydrophobic coated glass, non-hydrophobic coated glass, or just regular glass.
Water likes to stick to surfaces, but it can't stick to one coated in hydrophobic coating.
That's impressive. Should we try something else?
Well, that's one way to solve the dribbling glass problem. Except you can't coat your glasses at home with hydrophobic coating because it's not good to eat.
The secret is using a container that has a very sharp angle between where you're pouring the water and the underside of the glass, like this jug. And there you go. Now I can enjoy a nice glass of water with my cheese and crackers. Oh, right, wait, hold on, I will remake the crackers into, see, look, see, it's fine. It's fine, I'm not really gonna eat that, I'm just kidding.
Chris and I are maxing out our hydraulic crusher.
Yes, before we get to that, I have a little game I want to play.
Okay, great.
Great. You can pick either the small one.
The big one!
Okay.
So what's the game?
Simple thumb war. I'm gonna press down on this side, you press down that side, we'll see who wins.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go! Oh, wow, that was really tough. Why was that so hard?
Well, Phil, I'm just really strong.
Wait a minute. My turn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go! Yeah! See, pushing down on this one is way easier. You wouldn't think that the small syringe would be easier. Why is that?
The reason for it is that you have to push this one down a lot farther than you have to push this one down.
Let's see.
See how far this one goes, and this one's barely
This one
moving?
travels much more. This is how we can exchange a little bit of force over a long distance.
That's right.
To a little bit of distance at a lot of force.
That's exactly right.
Just like the lever, it's a mechanical advantage. But in this case, it's hydraulic advantage.
That's right.
Chris and I push down on small syringes, which gives us more force on our larger syringes. Our crusher was ready to go.
Ooh, how about an orange? 1, 2, 3.
We squeeze down and... Then we tried a walnut.
Are you allergic to nuts?
I am not.
1, 2, 3.
When we tried a golf ball, we reached the limit of what our plastic syringes and our hands could do.
We need to come up with a stronger, more awesome crushing machine using hydraulics.
That's right. I have some ideas.
Okay, good. We can use metal.
We can use metal.
And we can
we can go bigger as well.
Ew, this water is gross, but I'm gonna drink this water. Why? Well, because of science. No, but I'm not gonna drink the water like this. First, I'm gonna use the power of science to help me clean it. How? By using gravel. Gravel, yes, gravel. So, say I've got some dirty water, and there are particles floating in that water. Large particles, your rocks, your wood. These styrofoam bits will act as the large particles. You pour it into the gravel, and the large particles get filtered out. See? Nothing but clean, clean water. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, Phil, that's not really clean yet. That's because we haven't done step 2, sand. Sand? Yes, sand. Let's say that these plastic beads are small particles. That filters out the tinier stuff. There, huh? Clean, right? No, it's not very clean. So, we filter the water in the next step with charcoal. What? Charcoal? Yes, charcoal. Charcoal works just like gravel and sand, except on a microscopic scale. Say these bits are tiny particles you can't even see. The charcoal catches these like the sand and gravel caught the larger particles. This is called a gravel, sand, and charcoal filter. The gravel catches the big particles, the sand the smaller ones, and the charcoal the microscopic ones. These kinds of filters are used all over the world to clean drinking water. Ah. Delicious. Science.
Max Historica.
This is Archimedes.
What? Who said that?
It's me, the narrator. We're doing a segment.
Oh, well, I was working. Don't sneak up on a guy like that.
This is Archimedes, an ancient inventor and one of the greatest scientific minds ever. One of his famous inventions was the Archimedes screw. Which was used to make holes in wood.
No, that's not what it's for. It's for water.
Right. Used to make holes in water.
What? No! Look, did you even do your homework?
Hold on. It's here somewhere.
Look, I'll just show you. You see, in ancient times, we had many uses for something that could lift water up. From a well, or to take lake water from the lake and put it into a farmer's field, and that sort of thing.
Ah, okay, I've got it from here. So, Archimedes invented a screw, and he drilled a hole in the side of that container.
No. Look, just sit down. I'll explain it, okay?
I am sitting. I'm in a voiceover booth.
Good for you. Now be quiet. Now look. What you do is you put the screw in the water like this, and then you want to raise the water higher, you see? And so turn it around like so, and the water fills each gap in the screw, and it starts to come up. It gets to the top, and look at this. Look, we've got water coming out the top there. The water is being pumped up. It is the first water pump.
I see. Still seems like a lot of work to fill a glass, but it's very cute.
No, we made them bigger. We obviously were not going to make them this big. This is not very useful.
Right. Archimedes, one of the greatest scientific minds ever. Chris and I are maxing out a hydraulic crushing machine. We tried one out of plastic, but now it's time to make one out of metal. These are called hydraulic cylinders, and they work the same as our syringes. Small ones on this side with a lot of travel, and then a larger one on this side to multiply the force. And some mechanical advantage with a lever to help us push even harder. We tried crushing a watermelon, and it worked great.
So what else do you want to crush?
We crushed a coconut.
It's cracking. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's gonna leak.
And then a can of pop. Science Max Cola, now in the new smaller can.
Let's really challenge this press. Perfect.
A piece of wood. We tried to crush the wood, but we weren't able to get it to budge. So it's time to max it out even more.
I think we're gonna need like a multi-story industrial-sized hydraulic press.
You know where we can get one of those?
I do.
Awesome. This is water. Things float on water, like pool noodles and wood and toy boats. And now we're gonna do an experiment with how paint floats on water. How's this supposed to work again? Oh! I'm supposed to take the paint out of the can first. This is a fun experiment you can do at home. All you need is a container, some water, and paint. But not just any paint, special paint you use for hydro dipping. That's hydro, meaning water, and dipping, meaning dipping. Carefully pour the paint on the water and add a few different colors. Then take a stick to swirl it up into a pattern. Then you get something you want to paint, and you carefully put it in like so. But don't pull it out as soon as you get it in. You have to spread the paint away because it'll stick when you bring it back out. And then when you pull it out, whoa! Hydro dip. Let that dry, and then you have a very cool painted toy. Let's do some other stuff. This is a bike helmet. If you put tape on what you're painting, you can remove it later to make parts that aren't painted. Skateboard. Whoa! Oh, that's pretty cool. Now to max it out, hydro dip pants. Wearing the pants when you do this is super messy and not something you should try at home. But the results weren't bad. Science pants! Science pants! Science pants. One of the ways you can experience the power of water is watching it wash away dirt. You can experiment with this yourself by making your own erosion table. To make your own, fill a plastic tub with sand and tilt it up. Cut a hole in the tub at the low end and put a hose with a trickle of water at the high end. Then to complete your model, fill it with a little happy town. This small model shows how rivers cut their course to the ocean by following the lowest point. Try to design your town and the layout of the ground so the river goes around the buildings. I'll see you later. I'm gonna take a swim in the river now. There are lots of ways to experiment. Change the amount of water or the steepness of the angle. Look at the soil, it's all getting eroded over here. Or the way the town is laid out. Every time you do it, the river goes in a different direction. And have fun. Oh, phew, I'm tired. I'm just gonna lie down. And that is the power of water. Chris and I are maxing out a hydraulic crushing machine. What about this? Is this what we're gonna use? We went to the Natural Resource Canada's CanMet Materials Laboratory, which is a federal research lab. Oh, this is good. Oh, look at that! Oh, is this what we're using?
No.
Oh, I can use this. Hold on, let me figure this out.
Maybe later.
Really?
It's just over here.
CMAT is the largest research center in Canada dedicated to metals and materials research.
This is it. This is
it. Right! Hydraulic press. How much force does this apply?
This can do 2 million pounds.
That's over 900,000 kilograms.
Which is about 20 cars.
Let's crush some stuff! Oh, crushing! We gotta get the stuff. Okay. We started out with the piece of wood which defeated our last press. And go!
Oh, wow. I love that sound.
Awesome. Reversing. It turned our wood into a pancake. Whoa, totally flattened. So it was time to try some other stuff. We crushed a ball of plasticine.
That's so cool.
That is neat. You sort of made a rainbow.
Yeah.
Aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil.
Yes, it is now a solid plate of aluminum.
And a basketball. Basketball. Good thing we got these earplugs in because when it pops, it'll be loud.
What?
Never mind. This hydraulic press was so maxed out, we had to think of the toughest stuff to crush. We crushed hockey pucks, a safe, we crushed a hydraulic jack with the hydraulic press. Whoa, this is a metal vise. Hard, strong.
Yeah, it's steel.
Heavy steel.
Whoa, look at it bend.
crush a bowling ball. It totally exploded. Science Max, experiments at large, hydraulics. Whoa, nicely done.
So fun.
I should reverse it and we should start cleaning all that stuff up,
Yeah,
huh?
I think so.
Okay, reverse. Huh? Wait a minute, I didn't think this through.
Do you have anything?
I have a coconut! I'm supposed to take the paprika butter first. And there you go. Perfectly clean filtered water. One cheese and cracker soup. Okay,